Thank you for your willingness to help your community and fellow neighbors when there is a need for public health volunteers. By registering as a Medical Reserve Corps volunteer, you too can become an everyday hero. Volunteers are most often needed during a natural disaster such as a wildfire, earthquake, or flood. Volunteers might also be requested during a public health emergency, such as a communicable disease outbreak. Or volunteers may be needed for health promotion events, such as low-income clinics or health fairs. On occasion, volunteers with prior training might be offered the opportunity to assist in disasters in other states, where the local staff are unable to meet the needs of their communities. However, most volunteer opportunities will be in your local community, serving the needs of friends, family, and neighbors. Volunteers will most often be assigned to respond to situations based on their skill set. In some cases, only trained healthcare providers will be needed, though there are often supporting roles for those who do not have healthcare credentials. During times of need, every volunteer plays a critical role in serving their community in a way that suits their skills and training. If there is a need for volunteers, you will receive an alert from your local MRC coordinator requesting volunteers suited to the circumstances. You will always have the opportunity to accept or decline a request. There is never an obligation to participate in a volunteer activation. At this time, the most common method for your local MRC coordinator to contact volunteers for an alert is through an automated email, though an automated telephone system may be added at some point in the future. The email you receive will look similar to this illustration. Detailed information about the event, where to go, items you may need to bring, or criteria you need to meet, such as vaccinations, will be explained in the email. Lead time for an incident will be dictated by the nature of the situation. Should you have any additional questions that you need answered prior to indicating your willingness to participate, such as how long you will be expected to help, contact information for your local MRC coordinator will be included in the automated email message. You will not be able to reply to the automated email. Instead, click on the link provided to communicate your availability. In some instances, the link provided might not come through as a clickable link, so you may have to copy and paste it into your web browser. The linked address will take you to a page that provides information about the incident and gives you an opportunity to respond with your availability. Alternatively, a volunteer can log into the site at volunteeridaho.org with the username and password chosen during registration. Once logged into the system, the volunteer is presented with an informational screen known as a dashboard. The volunteer can view any messages by clicking on their respective links in the Messages section of the dashboard. Messages about an incident also have a link that allows the volunteer to indicate their availability to respond to an incident. After you have indicated your availability, your MRC coordinator will decide whether or not to mobilize you, depending on the circumstances of the incident. If you receive a notification to mobilize, instructions specific to your mobilization will be included in the notification. You will be notified of a time and place to report. You will also be given instructions on what to expect, what to bring, and the name of the person who will be your supervisor and direct your volunteer activities. A link provided in the mobilization email will take you to the Files section of the incident where additional information may be available. Here, you'll find out where to check in when you arrive on site in order to receive further instructions. You may also be asked to bring identification and a copy of your mobilization email for validation of your professional credentials. You will also be given contact information for your MRC coordinator in order to ask any additional questions. Remember, do not go to an incident site unless you receive notification of mobilization and specific instructions about the time and place to report.